getting in the head behind artists or designers or people that we look up to can be kind of cool. Instead of just seeing their work, it's cool to sort of understand where they find their inspiration, what motivates them, what inspires them. I just value those pieces are so delicate and mean so much to me, and the podcast is all about vulnerability and feelings, and I don't know, those dresses just symbolize a lot of what power and femininity feel like for me, and my articulation of self, my expression of self, how to become comfortable with changing and evolving and pivoting and learning how to stay consistent even if life doesn't, even if we're moving through different seasons, how I can continue to create and show up for myself. What does it take to actually sustain this lifestyle that I'm saying that I want or that I'm creating for myself, and how can I take what I have learned and observed and refine that and treat myself a little bit better? It's an art form in itself. It can be very easy to burn yourself out, and keeping both of those parts of us healthy and sustained, that's what I'm learning how to do. Not for you and me, but I want you, my darling joy. Hello everybody, welcome to or back to my channel. I am Inayah, and today I was just unpacking some stuff that I had bought from a garage sale this weekend, and also I've been collecting things. I've thrifted some books. There's just stuff that I've wanted to show you guys that I've gotten. Also unbox my little Sunny Angel. I know Sunny Angels aren't really the thing anymore, but I love Sunny Angels. I never really collected them necessarily, but these are the flower series. I was given this kind of as a gift, and it's just been sitting on my desk all this time unopened, and it's an exciting moment. That's why I've put it off. I'm like, I want to have an intentional flower Sunny Angel unboxing with you guys and show you some of the things I've collected. I've gotten quite a few little trinkets. To be honest with you, I didn't prepare for this video and go collect them. I kind of just have the stuff that needs to be put in its places right here, right now. So I'm gonna show you what I got at this garage sale, and we're gonna open this Sunny Angel together. I guess the first thing I wanna start with, okay, actually no. The first thing that I wanna start with is I was actually just wearing this dress while I was sitting here to film, but this is one of the things I got from the garage sale. Funny enough, you may recognize this from a Pearlescent Promise, my poetry collection. There is a visual world paired with it. I have a lot of photography and video that this piece can be seen. The vintage vendor that I got this from, we had used a lot of her clothing in our shoots, but it was clothing that we gave back and that she was still selling, and so I had to say goodbye to this after a Pearlescent Promise. I really wanted to buy it, but it wasn't in the budget. She was so wonderful for allowing us to use her clothing, so I just decided I'm gonna let this piece go. But then she was having a garage sale and it has come full circle and we're wearing it now. I wasn't even wearing it to film this video until I put my mic on, and I was like, you know what? This could cover the mic. This could be a good situation. So call me an old lady from the 1950s who's obsessed with her white cats. I mean, this has always been my vibe, but I feel like this clothing piece really brings out my old woman, old soul. Yes, that's what they call me, old soul. Really, I feel like I'm repping my old soul on the outside. And I love it so much. It's so magical and right up my alley. And it really is it's an embodiment of a Pearlescent Promise. There is the dress that I feel like is a Pearlescent Promise dress. That one I actually did purchase, and I have that in my possession, and now I have this, and they pair so beautifully together, so I'm excited. You'll see me one of these days on Flowering Philosophies wearing the two, but yeah, I could not be happier to have obtained this piece from her garage sale. So excited about that. So starting with this next one I did not get from the garage sale, but this is something that I actually got in San Antonio. My friend lives in San Antonio, Texas, and it's one of those places that there's a lot of thrift stores, there's a lot of gold mines of books and clothes and a lot of little secret gems. So I went over there for the 4th of July and we went to this little vintage bookstore. I've always been a fan of Frank Lloyd Wright, but I got this illustrated memoir. So oh, hi, it's falling out. Well, this is how you know it's been well loved. Yeah, from 83. Nice. Oh yeah, loose. As is loose pages. Okay, so didn't realize the pages were that loose there, but offer a unique and affectionate view of the great genius of the American architecture. So I thought it was an interesting, yeah, like kind of memoir and way to learn more about the American architect and his architecture. And also, I admire his design and everything. And I've been very into reading the memoirs of the artists that I look up to, if I'm lucky enough to find one or if one exists, because getting in the head behind artists or designers or people that we look up to can be kind of cool. It's nice to, instead of just seeing their work, almost understanding. I have an itch on my back, hold on. But instead of just seeing their work, it's cool to sort of understand where they find their inspiration, what motivates them, what inspires them, right? There's people always say that, to not steal or copy the work of an artist you like, but find out who inspired them and where do they get their inspiration from. So I think I've been enjoying learning about some of my favorite writers. Like, I enjoy reading their work, but reading about their life story, it's like a work in itself, just learning about the artist. So I thought that was a sort of cool thing, an illustrated memoir of Frank Lloyd Wright that I've been diving into here and there. I definitely have not sat down and thoroughly read it. So what is that? Is that a saw? Is that a vacuum? Oh, okay. Oh, what is going on? So my neighbors decided that it would be a good time to vacuum. That's unfortunate. Hopefully you don't hear it too much. I just closed the door, so hopefully that helps. Something that I'm very excited about, I, like you guys know, have just moved into my new apartment. It came furnished. We have these green couches, as I've mentioned, and I was like, what would make these green couches feel more like me? I've discovered some of my favorite color combinations through working with this green upholstery. I got this cool little orange and pink pillow, this green pillow, but at the garage sale, I was able to snag this and this pillow. So these two pink ones specifically, I got this past weekend. I'm very happy. They're really cute. And I feel like this pink is exactly the color that I wanted to go with my green couches. So I'm very satisfied. Okay. I got this little vintage picture frame photo of a floral arrangement. I thought it was nice. I liked the blue little background. I love to make flower arrangements. I thought it would be kind of sweet and symbolic to have a framed cute photo of one in my home. Okay, we're kind of jumping all around. I have some home stuff, but I have clothes. This was the other thing I got. I got this little vintage sweater, which, come on, look at that. It has this sweet little collar. This is the back though, because the tag is here. But when I initially saw it, I thought it was sort of like one of these little opened collars, but I think it's more kind of like a turtleneck. I'm so excited to wear it this fall and winter. Next thing, okay, I got these, you know, you can just buy a bunch of drinking glasses, I'm sure, whatever, just like a set of them, but I've more so, because I go to thrift stores a lot, I'm like, why would I buy new ones? Let's just reuse and can find some cool ones, maybe make a cool collection. So I've been sort of collecting, but I've had to cave and just buy a few from the store because I broke one and then it for some reason wasn't as easy to find cool drinking glasses as I thought. So I was very delighted whenever I saw these two at the garage sale. We have this little circular, it's so cute. It's just like I'm holding a little orb or something. This little drinking glass, one that's kind of the same size, but a different shape. I thought they were just a cute little duo there. Next thing that we have, can you really read what it says? Yeah, you can, but it is fading. It is definitely fading, but I just love this green heart. And I just think it's kind of like the cutest little mug ever. It says, I heart my computer, and I do. My computer is like a body part at this point to me, so I thought this was kind of a sweet mug. Next thing is probably my favorite thing in this haul, embodying my grandmother. She loves just cats and a lot of, you know, the vintage clothing, just the dresses and the textures. It all kind of reminds me of her her pearls. I wear her pearls. She had a lot of little ceramic cat things. And this item, I have quite a few trinkets in my house that remind me of her and are from her home. But this one is just a treasure that really reminds me of something that I know she would have loved and that she probably would have had in her house. And it is this sweet cat soap dispenser. It's really, really adorable, and it's kind of just like the perfect addition to my home. Next thing is very exciting because I'm always looking for vintage gowns. I just wear the clothes I want to on my YouTube channel, but my podcast originally started with me wearing my nightgowns from the 30s and the 40s and the 50s, and I just value just those pieces are so delicate and mean so much to me, and the podcast is all about vulnerability and feelings, and I don't know, those dresses just symbolize a lot of like what power and femininity feel like for me and my articulation of self, my expression of self. And so I'm always looking to add dresses to my collection. But with all of that being said, I am sort of selective with what I see, and also a lot of vintage lingerie kind of looks the same. Like if I have one black dress that I really like, even if I love the texture of another, if the silhouette is kind of the same, then I won't buy it. I'm pretty minimal with my dresses and what I choose, and like fabrics and condition. It's just like it just has to be the right fit. It has to be something that feels worth it to me. And this dress, there were a lot of beautiful dresses, but this one in particular really stood out to me. I love the white. It's just sort of this like pearlescent cream white. I don't even know how to explain it. I just love that white with the baby blue so much. The blue almost makes the cream look yellow, and I'm such a fan. I really, really, really like this dress. I haven't even tried it on yet. I really like the detail on the front, and I don't really have anything this color and this shape. The last thing that I got from this garage sale were 2 plates. And like I said, I am adding to my kitchen collection. I am trying to gather all my little treasures to put in my home. And these 2 plates, they are really adding to that special collection, man. First, this one caught my eye initially, and I was actually only going to just get this one, but it's just a gorgeous collection of wildflowers and blackberries, perfect little snack plate, or even if I'm not trying to use it for food, just like for jewelry to have out on the coffee table to hold things. And then this beautiful Norman Rockwell plate. I thought that this was just so cool as well. So I think both of these plates will make a very nice addition to the home. Like I said, I almost don't even want to use them for food because they're so cool. I'd rather display them and put little trinkets in them or something. Oh, I just realized this one has a hook on the back. Okay guys, I think it's time for my big unboxing moment. Here we go. We're gonna open our Sunny Angel. Before we open our Sunny Angel, I just want to chat and catch up with you guys. I know I've said a million times that I've moved and all this stuff, but I think it's also been a season of a lot of change and realizing sort of what needs to be let go of and what needs to be let in. I'm learning a lot about myself as an artist. I was just on the phone with my friend Juna. She's in her last year of college right now, and she's taking a survival skills for artists class, and I thought it was really interesting, just some of the stuff she was thinking about and learning, and just how important it is to give artists the right tools. Kind of on that same note, I saw that a friend today got her channel taken down. This happens with YouTube sometimes, I guess. I think it's like every YouTuber and creator's worst nightmare for something to happen like that. And I guess I was thinking about my friend's survival skills for artist class and also seeing that happen today. And just when you're maybe selling your art or trying to make income from putting it on social media, there's just all these new forms of being an aspiring artist today and how we share our work. And I don't think that we're always given the right set of tools or protection, like somebody's whole channel being taken down with no reason or warning. It can threaten your entire livelihood if that's what you do. There's that idea and that saying that it's unrealistic and it's difficult to make it as an artist in this world. I think that saying exists for a reason. You really kind of have to meet the right people or fall into the right place or the situation or continue to commit yourself to something over and over and over again, even when it's humbling or there's no return or someone tries to take it away from you. It's definitely not easy, but also at the same time, I think it can, and maybe it only can be done with the right persistence and mindset. I've made this decision to commit to my art full time. That is a privilege and also a risk. And I just kind of have to continue to prove to myself every single day, have this dream for a reason. Let's put the action towards it. Let's make sure our mind and our body are in the right place with the right focus. And that's all I can really do. That's what I've decided to do and the decision I've committed myself to. I'm learning what that decision really looks like as things ebb and flow. It's hard to predict and it's hard to try and grasp control of how other people will receive you or your artwork. So I think at the end of the day, that way that we sustain our living, things can get unhealthy or tricky. We can place our worth in numbers and things, like I said, that we can't really grasp control over. I've just really had to learn how to not get obsessive about things, or to how to let things go, or how to trust my own creative abilities without putting too much pressure at the same time. It's definitely like you learn how to work with yourself, and I'm learning how to build something on my own, and it requires like all these different little parts of me and teamwork within me, and figuring out how to reach out for those resources or that help or that connection, or really just building it as we go and learning as we go, trying as we go, succeeding, failing, smiling, crying. Or, I've learned a lot. What does it take to actually sustain this lifestyle that I'm saying that I want or that I'm creating for myself? And how can I take what I have learned and observed and refine that and treat myself a little bit better, or learning how to tap into that confidence in creating security for myself. I feel like I want to make a video about this. I feel like nobody really talks about how there's a lot of balancing feminine and masculine energy. And I'm not talking about gender. When I refer to masculine energy, I'm thinking more of like the action and the confidence and the structure and that side of me. The feminine energy is kind of the more sitting back and allowing things and letting things sink in, alchemizing things, creating things, resting. There are those different elements to all of us. And so the expenses of my lifestyle and what I'm doing and everything, like, it's very easy to get stressed out or obsess over a lack of consistency or feel like a sense of insecurity. I've really, in order to take care of myself, I've had to strengthen that sort of masculine energy, or that like effort and that ability to provide for myself and fend for myself and make sure that I'm giving myself structure, routine, stability. And the reason why I'm so adamant on mastering that and pulling that out of me is so that the more artistic, relaxed energy can exist and can flourish and thrive. And creating that balance between the two, it's definitely a dance. It's an art form in itself, trying to make sure that you're not exhausting yourself to the point of like, especially with, if your work is your art, you're the one controlling your output. And I guess that's true for any entrepreneur. Like, you are the one who's controlling how much money is being made or how much you're doing or your action or whatever. So it can be very easy to burn yourself out or to teeter a little bit too much on the side of, I got this, I can provide for myself, I can work for myself. And I've definitely like sort of fried my brain and body from doing that, just because I edit very long form videos, and sometimes that can take me multiple days at a time of just sitting at my computer in a position that actually has like really destroyed my posture. And like, that's a physical, it sounds like, oh yeah, it just sort of hurts my posture, but it's like a physical issue that I've spent a lot of money trying to correct. And it's where that balance comes in of, yes, I need to work, but how can I take care of myself, or how can I provide myself some sort of structure or find or resource help? How can I find balance while still taking that action and providing myself that security and that stability, but also not overdoing it, making sure that it's healthy? Because, if we teeter too much to one side with that energy of going and going and building, I find that the bouncy, flowy, artistic energy, it can get sweltered under a lot of stress. So it's really a balance of learning how to create a container almost for that artistic energy to flow within, and keeping both of those parts of us healthy and sustained. That's what I'm learning how to do. A really incredible book for that I need to do an autumn reread of is Women Who Run with the Wolves. I'm sure if you watch my channel, you have heard about this book, but man, do you need to read it. Please, just please. It is a bit of a dense read. It is a psychological analysis of archetypes and the woman's psyche, and just a beautiful relaying of that science and that analysis through understanding storytelling and different representation of characters, like the archetypes and what they symbolize. And some of the most valuable lessons that I have learned have come from that book. I wish I referred to it more often, but something within my body and mind does, because I've read it twice, but the first time I read it, I was 18 years old, and I felt like something just clicked with it. It has never unclicked since then. But when I have finished it, she says at the end of the book that this is not something to be read and put back down. This is something that you must come back to. These are practices that you can understand, but to embody them, you really need to be reminded. And that's why I'm gonna reread it this fall. But she goes into a lot of kind of how we can live a healthy, happy, sustained life with these elements of the parts of us that do need to protect and create a life for us, but then also the sides that are a little bit more spontaneous and creative, and how to nurture all of these elements because they make us up as women, as people. I think absolutely everybody should read this book, and everyone could take something away from it and resonate with it. But so yeah, that being said, learning how to sustain my life through what I do, and how to become comfortable with changing and evolving and pivoting, and learning how to stay consistent even if life doesn't, even if we're moving through different seasons, how I can continue to create and show up for myself, creating that stability so that I can make my art and feel inspired. Yeah, learning that balance for sure. And with all that to say, I think it's time that we open our Sunny Angel. I'm not kidding you guys, I think I've had this since July, and it's just been sitting because I've been like, oh, it's a special moment when we open this. Ah, OMG. Okay. There's a tulip, that's obviously the guy on the box here, but then we have an acorn, a pansy, a carnation, a hydrangea. Can you imagine if I get the hydrangea one? What if I do? Lily Bell, a morning glory, that one's really cute. Cactus, sunflower, poppy, cherry blossom, rose, secret, there's a secret one, and Robbie. Oh, okay. Let's see. May contain secret. What if I get the secret one? Okay. Okay, should I make a guess? Let's make a guess. The one I want is hydrangea. Yeah, I'm gonna guess cherry blossom. There's not really one that I don't want. Maybe the cactus one I don't love. I live somewhere with a lot of cacti, so maybe that's why I don't want it, but it would be cute because it would kind of be like repping the wildlife. All right, let's just open this up. Come on now. Oh, I got the poppy. Little poppy. So cute. Well, this is sort of perfect because the poppy matches our pillows and couch exactly with the little green stem and the orange petals. I think I'm gonna put him, you know what? Maybe he can actually sit in the money tree. That would be kind of cool. Like he's chilling next to the money tree. Yes, he's leaning right on the bark. I hope you enjoyed this little chat as we went through my haul and discussed some things here and there. I appreciate you guys having this little afternoon chat with me. Thanks for having a cup of tea, looking through all my fun little finds. Thanks for opening that Sunny Angel with me because I was putting it off, and it's a very, very cute addition to my living room. So thanks for spending your time with me. I am so grateful for you. Thank you for watching. I hope that you're having a beautiful morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are, whatever you may be doing. I love you very much, And don't forget that we are on this journey together. I will see you very, very soon. Thank you. Bye, guys.
You're the girl I cry for, and you